Hello everyone. In this video, I will be going through the first 5 layers of this historical iceberg. Please keep in mind that I did extensive research for this video, so everything you're about to hear is real, accurate, real historical fact. If you're not familiar with the iceberg format, we will be diving into more and more obscure topics as the video progresses. The number in the corner represents how confident I am about the information. Because of the extensive research I did for this video, the number will probably be a 5 most of the time. Alright, let's just get started. Part 1. The tip. Joseph Stalin. This refers to the inventor of the bathroom stall, which is derived from the name Stalin. He was elected as leader of the Soviet Union, only based on his achievement of creating stalls for public bathrooms. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a member of the Steins, a British rock band that lasted from 1971 to 78. The band's 5 members were themed around the 5 senses of the body, with Albert corresponding to sight. Einstein died in 1998 from cardiac arrest. Julius Caesar. To be honest, I'm not very sure about this one. I think that this refers to a Planet of the Apes fanfiction character that is the son of the Caesar from the films. But it's strange that such an obscure character would be this high on the iceberg. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was Willem Dafoe's maiden name. This iceberg is obviously outdated since Willem no longer uses his maiden name. Genghis Khan. This refers to my ancestor who was from East Asia. I'm not sure how the creator found out about him though. It's kind of creepy. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the guy who invented the colon and semicolon. A fun fact about Lincoln is that he actually invented them both by accident. Abraham's hands were famously shaky, causing him to accidentally make an extra mark sometimes when writing a period. This is also why the last part of his name isn't exactly the same as the punctuation, since his hand shook and wrote an O when he was writing what the new symbol should be called. Part 2. The surface. Nero. I believe that this was a typo, because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be referencing Hero, which is the song that was featured at the end of Shrek 2. Although this is not the name of a historical figure, the song is used in a way that references Shrek as the hero, which makes sense. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria is best known for being the cousin of Queen Losertoria, who famously led a failed rebellion against Wales, hence the name Losertoria. Che Guevara. This was the last park manager of Disney World. Guevara died of cardiac arrest due to the extreme stress of managing such a large amusement park. After his death, the Disney company decided to break the park into distinct sections so that they could be individually managed. Marie Curie. This refers to the inventor of curing diseases. Fun fact, originally the term for curing a disease was going to be known as Marieing, but the release of the hit show Breaking Bad created negative connotations with the name Marie, so the word was changed last minute. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong is the man credited with inventing mayonnaise. However, scholars have doubted Zedong's achievement, as the fossil record seems to show evidence of ancient South American civilizations possessing mayonnaise, although they seem to have used it as an instrument. Part 3. Beneath the surface. I'm getting a call, sorry. 20-row shelf. 20-row shelf is a shelf made by IKEA, which is advertised as being able to hold up to 20 roses. It's probably possible to fit 30 roses on it, but no one has tried. William the Conqueror. I'm not sure what this is referring to. William is a very common name, so it could be referring to the fact that the name William has conquered other names, but it's still not the most common name in the world. Charlemagne. This is technically not a historical figure, but I can understand the confusion. Charlemagne refers to the northern part of the state of Maine that once tried to secede from the rest of the state. The region was named after the leader of the rebellion, John Maine, but due to an error in a popular children's book, both John Maine and the northern part of Maine are now known as Charlemagne. Aristotle. Aristotle is the name of a man formerly known as John Edward Keenan, who came up with the name after watching Better Call Saul, where the main character makes his name Saul Goodman as a pun on the phrase, "It's all good, man." It's all good, man. Keenan also took inspiration from Regular Show, where in one episode, Rigby names himself after 2 random objects he saw in his room. This resulted in him using a random phrase generator, which produced the phrase Aristotle. He then turned this name into a pun, creating the name Aristotle. He was widely ridiculed for how stupid this choice was, which is why he is known today. Raphael. This one is pretty obviously referring to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle named Raphael. Muhammad. I'm going to be honest, I don't understand how I'm supposed to figure out which Muhammad this is referring to. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most common names in the world. Part 4. Going Deeper. Ivan the Terrible. This entry is referring to my close acquaintance Ivan, who was well known for being terrible at Fortnite. Simon Bolivar. You might not recognize the name Simon Bolivar with something that's named after him, which is of course the game Simon Says. Alan Turing. Alan Turing was a British mathematician who was known for cracking the German codes in the Second World War. He did so using a complex machine which was essentially a rudimentary computer. Euclid. Euclid is a term used by the SCP universe to classify entities. Euclid is above safe but below Keter. The classifications are based on how hard it is to contain the entity, which means that a Euclid SCP will take more effort to contain than safe, but less than Keter. Trajan. This is a typo. The Iceberg creator meant to write Pablo Diego José Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno María de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso, better known as just Picasso. Niccolo Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli was a man who lived in the 15th century who was well known for making things. He is known to have made a basket, a rolling pin, and a knit scarf. Archaeologists have found evidence that he has also made a paper fortune teller, but this is not confirmed. Pizarro. This is one of Superman's enemies, who is basically an evil version of Superman. Part 5. Depths of the Iceberg. Ahsoka. This refers to a character from the popular animated series Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Ahsoka is well known for leading the siege of Mandalore against Darth Maul near the end of the war. Carl Benz. This is the Benz in Mercedes-Benz, with the other part of the name coming from his business partner, John Mercedes. Saladin. This is a dictator featured in a documentary film titled The Dictator. Laozi. This entry refers to the blue ore that can be found in Minecraft. Laozi is used for enchanting and to craft blue dye. Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa is presumably what a Gungan would say if they had to say the phrase man mu. Sophocles. I remember this guy from my history class, but I lost my notes. If I find them, I will post this entry in the comments of this video. Nebuchadnezzar II. This is talking about the original Chad, for which both the country and the term are named. When archaeologists dug up relics about Nebuchadnezzar, they kept getting annoyed having to pronounce his long name, so they just shortened it to Chad instead. James K. Polk. James K. Polk is best known for discovering the polka dot in 1967. He is also the reason the name James is a very popular name today, as during his time, it was a very uncommon name. We have reached the bottom of the 5th layer. However, there is much more to the iceberg still. In the next video, we will cover the remaining 5 sections of this iceberg. It may be a little while before I can get this video out, since like I said, researching all of these real topics takes a lot of time and effort. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to be notified when part 2 is out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.